Hi, this is Lydia for Walk and Train Edinburgh. In this video I'm going to show you how to introduce your dog to a crate. A crate can be a great management tool for while you're training your dog or for when you want to introduce new dogs to your home. However, if you haven't conditioned your dog to a crate previously and it's getting stressed and you put it inside a crate, that can just make the stress worse and the dog can feel confined, trapped, or the frustration might increase. It's really important that the dog sees the crate as a safe resting place. When you get the crate home, your dog is probably going to be curious about it, so use the opportunity to get your dog to voluntarily go into the crate, explore it, and get used to it. Don't force your dog to get into the crate or to stay in the crate, because you really don't want your dog to have any kind of negative association with the place. If your dog has already had a bad experience with the crate, you can also use food to encourage it. Slowly start adding a bit of duration for how long your dog stays in the crate for, so it doesn't just go in and then rush out quickly again. The next step to get your dog used to the crate is just to teach it to go in and out of the crate calmly and on command. You can also use a leash if you're struggling to get the dog to do the exercise. I then add something to the crate which the dog is already used to resting on, like a dog bed or a blanket, so that the dog sees the crate as a place for relaxation. You then want to start to teach the dog to stay in the crate with an open door for extended periods. So you want to do this when you're at home and during the day, when the dog would usually be in his bed. It's really important that the door of the crate is open so the dog isn't physically restrained, but it chooses to stay in the crate. If your dog is very stressed about being in the crate, you may also have to desensitize it to the sound of the crate door. Just start by just moving the crate door around and getting the dog used to the sound. You want to make sure that the dog doesn't pop up or stand up and try to get out as soon as you touch the door. You can also do some counting conditioning and just feed the dog for staying calm around the crate door moving. When the dog is used to being in the crate with the door open, you also want to start closing it for short periods. You can start doing this, for example, in the evening when it's resting anyways, and then maybe overnight before you start doing it during the daytime in situations where the dog would usually get stressed. Closing the crate should be non-eventful. Don't make it into a big deal. The same goes for opening the crate. So if your dog seems stressed or anxious, make sure it's waiting calmly and patiently before you invite it out of the crate. Finally, you can also give your dog bones and toys when it's inside the crate to help create a more positive association with it. To keep these treats special while you're conditioning the dog to the crate, only give them to the dog when it's inside the crate and never in any other place. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any other questions about crate training or behavioral problems in general, you can find us either on Facebook or write us through our homepage walkandtrainedinburgh.com.